I had some viewers interested in this log grapple on my tractor here. This thing is homemade. It is not store-bought. It was built, I'm gonna say 20 something, 30 years ago, not real sure. There was a guy that lived over here beside me. He was a welder and fabricator and all that. He's built trailers and, you know, anything you could think of, he'd do it. And he built this and built it for another guy, and the guy told me I could take it and use it as long as I needed it. He wasn't using it no more. He actually cut trees down on their family farm and haul pulpwood and stuff like that when you could, short wood to mills and all. And that's how he paid his way through college and having a kid and stuff like that, you know. But whenever it's closed up, it will only have an 8-inch opening. Right now, from point to point, it's like 41 and a half. Let me crank the tractor up and put it in. Just operate it and leave it. Closes up. I just use the remote like that. Now it'll 8 inches. If I would say if somebody's gonna build one like this thing is strong. It's stronger than my tractor. You're not gonna break it. I'll just say that, because I've had logs. I've actually wrapped a chain around this right here and tied it to something, and this will swing out like that, you know. And I had it stretched out and pulled vehicles out or something like that, or have a log way back in the woods and tie a chain to it, and all of this will slide up and down too. This is just the old axle, but the thing is made super strong. You're not gonna hardly break it. The only thing I found you'd break on it is where it hooked to the 3-point hitch. You'll bend them. They're bent. I just haven't never changed them out. But it's overbuilt. You can buy them online, like Max and places like that. I see them from $2,000 to $4,000. I don't know what he paid for this. It's probably built way heavier than what you're gonna get on there, because this steel plating, that's 3/4 inch steel plating, and you have 1 1/4 inch bore cylinders on there. I mean, I have dragged an oak log 12 foot long with this that I had to take and cut a notch out so it'd fit into 40 inches. I think the thing was probably over 50 inches, a red oak tree. It was about as big as that tractor tire, it seemed like. I know it may have not have been that big. I don't know how big them tractor, how big it is all the way across. The wheel's 30, yeah. I bet it was. It was, yeah, that tractor tire is 50 inches. And I've told people that we sawed a tree down that was every bit probably that close. If it wasn't 50 inches, it was 48, 45, something like that. But I remember cutting notches out, probably 4 inches on each side of the tree up at the top. You know, I'll show you on this cant right here sort of what I mean. Like imagine it's real long, and I had to go in and I notched out like that on both sides, and I cut probably 5 inches or so, 4 or 5 inches out of each, so that I could grab it. And the tractor did not want to pull it. But that log grapple is very handy. I put it on there. I don't do hay or nothing anymore because my back's bad, and the the riding on tractors and all that stuff hurts. I'm hoping that maybe it'll get better and maybe I can get back to doing hay or bush hogging a lot and all that kind of stuff, but the vibrations I can't. But this thing's been on here since probably last summer, or maybe before then, but I think just last summer, and I haven't taken it off. There's no reason. But we'll cut down trees and all, and it's so easy just to back up, grab it, and take off. And then I have another grapple. It goes on the front over there. It's a root grapple. It's got teeth and all, and it's fantastic for doing stuff, but it's real heavy. I keep my pallet forks on most of the time. It's just way easier. I'll put my front grapple on very rare occasions, but most of the time I have that. And the other good thing about having it on, if you got some logs up in the pile, say the log I need is that one there sticking out, I can just back up, hook to it, drag it out, you know, if nothing's in the way. And it works real good. But, you know, buy you one. If you got the money and you got timber and all, buy you a log grapple. The others, I don't know how strong they'll be. They stick further out, but I know if this guy ever said, hey, I want my log grapple back, I will take $4,000 and go buy another one and put on there. But this one here is heavy. I bet you that thing weighs 1,000 pounds or more. I mean, it's 3/4 inch steel, and the cylinders and all that, I mean, it's heavy. When we unhook it, I have a chain and a tree limb, and the tree limbs done growed into it, and we hook it through the little loop up there, and we just let it dangle. And I mean, I just leave it hooked up there. But again, I haven't had it off the tractor in a year or more. Don't plan on taking it off unless the tractor's got to go to a shop or something, because it's enough counterbalance. You can pick near about anything up, and it don't mess up your you know, pick your back end of your tractor up, but it also don't stick out so far that it interferes with your turning radius. You can turn real short and all that. Overall, just a real good design and all. It's sad that the guy's dead, but we have trailers and everything from him around here. He literally built hundreds, if not thousands, of pieces of equipment for farmers and other people in the community to use. Now, I mean, he charged and everything for it, but just to have the mindset to do that. This guy, if he was still alive, he'd probably be 100 years old by now, because I think he died in like his 70s or 80s, and he's been dead for at least 20 years. And just to come up with all that, I don't want to say he didn't have any education. I don't know. He died when I was young, but I'm pretty sure he didn't go to college or anything like that. He just, like me, you know, think of something, hey, this would work, and make it work. You know, it's like this right here. You would think that this was like a box tubing. No, it's just 3/4 inch steel in there. The only thing that's a box tubing is this right here, and it's thick. I bet you there's no way for me to tell, but I would say it's probably 1/2 inch square tubing, 1/2 inch thick, and it's like a 4x4 tubing. Everything's just beefy, massive. And that's what he did. He built stuff that would not break. Like, he knew how hard everybody was on stuff, so he built it. And if somebody wants to build one or something like this, I can get you some rough measurements, but, you know, just leave it in the comments and I'll make another video or something and give you the rough measurements. But you should be able to figure out how to build stuff like that if you know what it is. But like, I wouldn't measure everything, but I'd give you the measurements on there, you know. And it was all cut with a oxyacetylene torch. And as you can tell, like, that was a flat piece of metal right there, like the edge of the metal, and they just cut it down. They could have made it look better and all that, but They wasn't worried about it. They was worried about functionality. Now, I will say the only bad thing about this is how low it hangs. I think the others, the fingers curl up like this and catch it, and it'll drag right there. And it having an 8-inch opening, I would, if I was to get something else, I'd want it to close down to about 5 inches. If you could get something to open to 40 inches to 5 inches, it'd be spot on great. And this grapple here, I've pulled 20 something, almost 30-inch pine trees. You see them pine trees over there? They're about 30 inches or so. And I've pulled pine trees 50 something foot long and probably 25 inches in diameter, and that's heavy. That's getting close. I bet you I've pulled 8,000, maybe 10,000 pounds. I don't want to lie about it, but it was all this tractor would pull. Like, I was spinning it down and I'd have to pick it up and down and make it move. But once I ever got it, the friction from the ground broke loose, it would pull. And the tractor's a pulling machine. The grapple, I don't think you can, I mean, you could probably break it if you really tried, but a 7,500 horsepower tractor, you're not going to break it. If there's anything on the market that's built anything close to them specs, if it's made out of 3/4 inch steel, buy it. If it's $4,000, $5,000, you're not going to break it, you know. So that's just my input on it. And if it's welded that good, I know that it probably nothing gonna be built as good as homemade, because he stick welded all that stuff. And again, the guy was just a builder. But anyways, I was gonna put this video out there because somebody showed some interest in it. They was wondering where I got it from and all that, and I replied to them that it was homemade, and I was just gonna make a video, because if y'all respond to anything on my videos, I'll try to make a video on it or respond back to you. Y'all have a good one.